Hello there my fellow holotable heroes, and welcome to another Geonosis Territory Battles video guide. Now you'll be able to find this and all my other TB guides, both light and dark side, on my SWGOH for Life website. If you haven't seen it yet, there will be a link in the description below, so go ahead and check it out. Now this one I will be revisiting the KAM mission here versus Reek in phase 3 at the bottom zone in the light side GOTB Republic offensive. Now I've already done like a detailed guide way back with the 501st clones with Shaak Ti, go through all the mechanics of this event, how all the trampled mechanics and all this, how it works with Django and Reek and everything. So I won't go in all the details of the mechanic in this video, so if you're interested in that, again there will be a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check out the original video with the mechanics and everything. This one is more like an updated video now that we do have Bad Batch, just to compare how does a full Bad Batch team work versus Bad Batch with Shaak Ti if you don't have Omega Relic up yet, and of course against the OG 501st Shaak Ti team. So just kind of a comparison. So this video is more like a guide on how to use Bad Batch and compare, rather than, you know, focusing on the exact mechanics of this event and how everything works. But anyway, let's first show you the mods that I'll be using here for Bad Batch. Now modding is straightforward. You just have to get all as well the speeds correct, so the turn sequence on your guys right. Hunter, you want him to be modded for max health. So mine's at 283 speed. Make notes of speed because that's important. Omega should be faster than Hunter and be modded for offense and health because she's really your main damage dealer here, believe it or not. Then we've got Echo, he just needs speed and lots of health. And moving on, we've got now as well Wrecker, again max health for him. He should be your slowest character. And then we got Tech here as well, same as Echo. He needs to have lots of speed and health on him as well. Now in terms of the turn order, as mentioned before, you want your Echo to go first, followed by Tech, then Omega, then Hunter, and then Wrecker. So this speed sequence is going to be very important in the starting sequence, just that you get your opening plays done in the correct order. Why modding for max health? Because obviously with trampled you're losing max protection, so whenever we get you up to 5 stacks you will have no protection. So that's why you're relying really on your health pool here to get all that extra survivability. You're also getting lots of stat boosts for survivability as well from Hunter's Lead and so on. But anyway, let's go into the battle now, and you know, once you survive the opening sequence, actually running Bad Batch is pretty straightforward. So they start off with all the AoEs. Django is a wild card, he does something else, I don't know. But anyways, let's just go ahead here, get days over on B2s. Obviously once we damage B2s they will lose the days, but at least a little bit we can slow one of them down at least. You want to save here Tech's AoE for later, because it'll just get dispelled all those buffs anyways. So this is where turn order comes now in play. Omega should go after Tech so she can go into stealth. Then Hunter removes trampled from her, and now when she's in stealth she will be assisting whenever your guys use special abilities, and that's why you want her to go before Hunter and Wrecker, so she can now start assisting, you know, start making progress towards taking down those guys, because whenever your guys are trampled they cannot attack out of turn, they cannot gain bonus turn meter. So something here to bear in mind. So here I will call now Omega to assist. And now my Echo there nearly died, and that's why you need lots of survivability on these guys, because you need your guys to survive. Now I can go ahead, do the AoE, and this AoE finished off the first B2 and applied foresight, so when the second B2 went, did the AoE, actually we were able to evade attack and keep all our buffs. And that's why you want to hold off there on the AoE until this point where you have one of the B2s down, because otherwise you get 2 AoEs and you will lose your buffs, and the cooldown of this AoE is quite long, so you won't be able to get it back. And if you don't have stealth there on Omega, she won't be assisting. Now here you have to obviously dance a little bit. I decided here to remove 3 stacks of trampled from Echo, which isn't the ideal situation, because you want your guys to have more stacks of trampled than Django, so you can actually do some damage to him. but because he was so low from the opening sequence of the bad RNG of opening sequence, I decided there to a little bit help him out, stay a little longer. So now we can put Omega back in stealth, and the whole situation here is, so whenever somebody there attacks Django's got now 1 stack of trample, so really the only person that can deal damage to him is Wrecker. And also on his turn, when he uses special ability, Omega will deal damage as well to Django because of Wrecker's turn. But other than that, just kind of stay away from Reek, because whenever you hit him, you are really giving him extra turn meter, so you do not want that. That's why just keep attacking Django, even though you're not dealing any damage to him whenever he's got damage immunity. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead again, remove trample there from Omega so she can start assisting. And then here, obviously you can see Wrecker, he's got 5 versus 2 stacks of trampled. So when we use special ability, he will deal damage, give us defense up, and now we can deal true damage whenever we hit him. Omega assisting there. Omega lost stealth, so we have to make sure to get her back in stealth so she can assist again. I'm just going to keep you doing that. Perfect. Okay. All right. We need stealth coming in, but first let's go ahead and remove trampled from Omega so she can start assisting once she's in stealth. So we got their stealth assist. We can also now hide Echo there. It seems like in this run they kept going after Echo for some reason, so definitely have to keep an eye out on him. And now we can use special abilities, and this will now keep calling Omega to assist. But obviously Echo there, he's got only 1 stack of trampled, so we won't be able to deal damage during his turn. I decided to put there zeroed in on Reek for later, so hopefully this will boost up a little the damage for Omega. But on that, pretty straightforward here. We just have to get Django down. Decided there to remove, to swap turn meter with Wrecker. So we can again use special ability. He's got 5 stacks of trampled, so now we get assist from Omega. Django defeated, and now he lost all stacks of trample, so all of my clones can now deal damage to him. So Django should go down very fast. Remove that trampled from tech. Okay, I'll just keep going. Unfortunately, we got now trampled over on Omega, so she won't be assisting. But obviously, hopefully we do have now more stacks on Django. We got a nice there stun as well. That's why whenever you do have this ability there from Echo, do go ahead and use it, so you can sometimes get a nice stun on Django, which a little bit helps to slow him down as well. So I'm just going to do basic here. He's got only 1 stack of trampled, so most of my clones can actually now deal damage to him. So I'm just going to do basic there. So whenever you use text basic, it works same as 3PO's basic. It will be reducing cooldowns to whoever's got 3 stacks of translation, which in this case is everybody. And once you get 5v1 down to Reek, I mean Reek is really no challenge for Bad Batch. Unlike 501st, these guys have so much survivability. You make a use of your protection up, because you are out of protection basically, but protection up is based on your health, so it will still help your guys to survive longer. It's definitely Bad Batch there. After you survive the opening sequence, it plays longer just because you need to dance with Django longer than obviously with 501st, but at least then once you just get down to Reek, it is very straightforward. Reek simply does not have enough to do much damage to your Bad Batch clones. And there you go, that's the full Bad Batch run up. As long as you get those mods, health, speed, and then the turn order as I've shown you correct, this is actually quite straightforward thing. But hey, it's GOTB, right? Subject to RNG, everything you see here. So this is an older run where I was running Shaak Ti when I didn't have Omega yet. So here I was doing again, Hunter lead. I was running different mods at the time. Again, this was one of my earlier attempts, so by no means this is maybe example of the best way to mod and run this team, but as you can see, similar modding, health, speed, and then Shaak Ti as well. You need lots of speed on her as well, and health. And Shaak Ti here really is just to help you in that initial run, because you can see here from her unique, even though she's not in the lead, she brings some nice things here. Most importantly, she will be gaining 20% turn meter whenever your guys are being damaged, so you want to remove trampled from her, so then she can keep gaining bonus turn meter. In terms of leadership there, from Hunter, obviously you get extra health, extra protection, although protection doesn't play all that much role because trampled will be removing your max protection, but definitely extra health helps. And obviously we also have the whole true damage thing whenever we do you have defense up on our guys, same as you've seen from the first run. So you know, it's a pretty it's an okay lead hunter as well, so similar like Shaak Ti, getting extra survivability for your team. But anyway, you will see the difference a little bit without Omega how this goes. But anyway, let's hop into battle now and you will see. But the strategy is going to be kind of similar here to begin with. They get their opening attacks going. Okay, yeah, on AoE number 1, AoE number 2, AoE number 3. It's a good thing about having Shaak Ti as well. So you've got 2 ways to dispel all buffs now. You don't just rely on their echoes AoE to dispel. But anyway, first we just want to whittle down the B2s here. Everybody's trampled, so we can't get assists. So might as well just kind of do basics here to begin with Shaak Ti as well as tech, just to start working on these B2s. No sense of doing that middle ability. They all got kind of buff immunity, so you don't really get to do much here, to be honest. With Wrecker here, decided to do basic, try not to just to keep the days on the secondary B2. Now I remove trampled with Hunter from Shaak Ti, and now she can start gaining bonus turn meter, and also here double tapping on her basic whenever you're going after these B2s. So here comes the second round of AoEs. Here I decided to heal up Wrecker because he will be taunting, so we do want to keep him alive. So down goes B2 number 1. The other one didn't really gain now bonus turn meter because he was dazed. Just same thing as in the first round. Once you just do only down B2, that's when you unload their Tech's grenade, which gives you 4 setup. So whenever B2 does AoE, you dodge his attacks, and then you just take out B2 as quickly as you can. Here, now that we are furious, we can do an AoE, hopefully land a stun on Django. Unfortunately, their B2 got again an AoE back to back, but we'll just work with it here. Let's go ahead, take him out. Shaak Ti, as mentioned before, she's got a dispel as well, so this will a little bit help you out to turn things around. I don't have yet their soothe ability, so I can't really remove trample yet, but to be honest, Shaak Ti doesn't have trample yet anyway, so it didn't matter. So just go ahead now, swap turn meter here with tech. No sense, I'll just do basics here. He's got 2 stacks of trample, so he can actually do some damage to Django now. So Wrecker and tech at this point are the only 2 that can actually deal any damage over there. So here I'm just going to go ahead. I was thinking, should I heal him, but his health was quite full, so better option here would be to dispel all the debuffs, especially buff immunity. We also got critical damage immunity over on Wrecker. Because Shaak Ti didn't have any stacks of trample yet at this point, I decided to also help out Wrecker there, just so he gets his protection back. So at the moment, only tech can deal damage to Django. So it's a bit of a balance here, balancing act between, you know, keeping your guys alive with removing trampled, while also having some trampled on some of your other guys, so you can actually deal some damage to Django. Now Django's up to 2 stacks of trampled, so the only one that can deal damage to him from my guys currently is tech, but doesn't matter. Just stay away from Reek. You don't want to feed turn meter to him by hitting him. Just kind of go do all the attacks on Django. Eventually you will get him down. He's in yellow, so you go. Wrecker now got his 3rd stack of trample, so he as well will be able to deal damage to him. So I just go ahead, do that. Unfortunately their Django resisted our debuffs. I'm going to go ahead here and go ahead roll the bomb, just a little bit, get 4 setup, recover some of their protection and health. Now that we defeated Django, he lost all stacks of trampled, so it will be easier to defeat. So again, helping out Wrecker there. Now because he doesn't have any stacks of trample as well, he won't be able to deal damage to Django, but all the other 3 of my clones will be able to do it. So as you can see here, similar like, you know, with the full Bad Batch team, you just need to kind of manage those B2s in the end. And after you do that, with everybody alive, with these guys, there's so much survivability that, you know, it shouldn't really be a problem to just kind of slowly work your way through Django, keep your guys alive, and then once Django is down, again, Reek, even here, you know, without Omega, just 4 of these clones, they handle Reek without any issues, to be honest. Just go ahead here, A little bit heal up there, and because I had defense up, we deal damage to him anyways, even though I used non-attacking ability. And now we're just down to Reek again, not a problem. Keep getting those buffs going. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, swap now with their Wrecker, perfect. Let's go ahead, again, keep Wrecker alive, he's the one that's the most exposed. There we go, let's hide Hunter before Reek takes him out. And we'll just keep going. We can now pretty much do an AoE here just to make sure we put everybody in stealth. Reek is doing his damage though, but anyway, we can see we keep healing up, and this is the difference between 501st and Bad Batch. Obviously 501st, if you lose Shaak Ti, you have no way of really healing up, whereas with Bad Batch you do. But because of the lower damage output from these guys, Bad Batch battles tends to take longer than 501st. Anyway, after I complete this one, I'll just do a quick 501st battle, just that you can remind yourself how 501st looks like, how they work, and then, you know, you can see which one you like to use more, to be honest. But Bad Batch definitely, you know, they're a pretty good team here. Reek putting up a fight, but we should get him down any moment now. I'm going to go ahead, help their attack a little bit, and down goes Reek. So there you go. Again, even if you just, you know, have your core Bad Batch that you do need to unlock an OB and you don't want to bother with relicking up Omega, you can just use Shaak Ti as the 5th, and this worked pretty well. Alright, now back to the OG squad here with Shaak Ti and 501st. So as you can see, this is even older footage when I didn't have all my Bad Batch yet. Again, showing the mods, obviously Shaak Ti there, speed, health, Rex, same thing, speed, health. Remember, protection means nothing because of trampled here, so you just want health. Echo is modded for health and damage, so hopefully, you know, he can do some nice attacks there, especially his grenade will do more damage because it deals special damage, not physical damage. Arc Trooper, offense and health, because his turret deals true damage, which again is based on offense, and here we've got 5s here for maximum health. Alright, here we go. Let's see what RNG got for us today in terms of the starting sequence. Django starting off with burning, okay. Then we have more AoEs coming our ways from everybody. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead, clean up all these debuffs. I'm going to go ahead, put turret on Rex. He's your fastest clone, so, you know, he should be able to get more turns in than others. Alright, and here what I'll do is remove trampled from Shaak Ti, so she can start double tapping on her basic, and then as well keep gaining a bonus turn meter here. There we go. I'm gonna do an AoE. Perfect. They get some debuffs, doesn't matter. Now you don't want to heal up Rex here. I decided to heal up 5s because I don't want them nuking 5s. I had situations where Django nuked 5s because I didn't heal him up. And you want really that they trigger sacrifice, not that they take out 5s, because if they take out 5s, sacrifice won't trigger and you won't get stat boosts. So here we go. Let's go ahead, clean off trample there from Rex. Can now just go ahead, finish off B2s as well, and, you know, we're pretty in good shape here. If you come to this point, we're only down to Django and Reek with 4 of these alive. You're in pretty good shape here. To be honest, same thing as the first round. You kind of want to avoid attacking Reek if you can. Obviously, Arc Trooper and Grenade from Echo, they can attack their Reek because, you know, they do some nice damage. Whereas, for example, Shaak Ti and Rex, they should just be hitting Django because they don't do a whole lot of damage. There I used basic from Shaak Ti because it will give offense up to all of your guys. They don't have it, which again, you can do a nice big hit here with Arc Trooper on Reek. And then now Echo's got 2 stacks of trampled, so instead of hitting Reek, Echo will be hitting Django every time, just so we can deal damage there. Again, just basics there. We don't want to feed turn meter to Reek with Rex. Alright, we got also now 2 stacks of trampled on our Arc Trooper, so now Arc Trooper as well will be able to deal damage to Django. I cleaned off their trampled from Shaak Ti, and now we go full on Django here, also with Arc Trooper that he's got 2 stacks. We'll come back around to Reek after we deal with Django. As soon as Django is down, he loses stacks of trampled, and then that's why you want to save your aerial advantage there with Rex so that you can just go ahead and insta-kill Django. At this point, most cases you lose Shaak Ti, but it's okay, these clones should be able to finish off Reek here without much of a problem. Let's throw the grenade, nice big 70k critical hit, taking down Reek and as well completing here the KAM mission for your guild. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. I wanted to show you 3 of these teams, how they work here in Reek mission. Personally, after I've been using Bad Batch a bit more, I started to understand how to use them, how their abilities interact. So I started feeling a little bit more comfortable using Bad Batch. Some still prefer using 501st, so it really depends. But hey, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, right, it's GOTB light side, and we know the RNG here is a tough one. You never know what's going to happen. But hopefully this video was helpful, just showing you now the updated guide for 2022 with these different teams, including Bad Batch with or without Omega. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.